September 29th, the year being 2022. And that is the only order of business on the order paper this afternoon. But that notwithstanding, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, is set to address the House on the issue of who is indeed the majority in the National Assembly. And following that, so to speak, push and pull on who indeed carries the day in the National Assembly, the House Business Committee, which is usually formed during the very first sitting of the House, is yet to be formulated. And so after Speaker Moses Wetangula gives directives in regards to that particular issue, the House is set to swing into action and nominate members to sit in the powerful House Business Committee to ensure that the agenda of the House as well as business of the 13th Parliament commences in earnesty. Yesterday, we had members of Parliament speaking into the issues raised by the President in his address to the bicameral Parliament, basically singling out the issues to do with economy, the HARRASS fund, matters cost of living, as well as divergent opinion on issues of corruption, as well as addressing matters to do with the unity of the nation. And in his address to the nation, the President highlighted some of the issues and particularly called upon Parliament to ensure that the two houses work together for a seamless delivery of the legislative agenda, and that he persuaded that the legislative agenda be
to the place of members of UDM, PA, MCCP, and MDG. That in my considered opinion, it will be imprudent to treat the 14 members elected to the House under the UDM, Pamoja African Alliance, Maendeleo Chap Chap, and the Movement for Democracy and Growth, MDG, as part of a coalition that they have expressly distanced themselves from and their parties. I'm therefore persuaded that the 14 members and their parties are part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. This, in my view, would be fair and in accordance with the previous rulings by my predecessors on related matters. 3, that with the 14 members, the membership of the Kenya Kwanza coalition stands at 179 members, while the membership of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party stands at 157 members. This, by implication, indicates that the Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority party, and the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is the minority party in this House. 4, that the Kenya Kwanza coalition is entitled to appoint the leader of the majority party, while the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is entitled to appoint the leader of the minority party. Consequent upon the foregoing, honorable members, the leadership of the majority party will be as follows. The member for Kikuyu constituency, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Can the members take their seats? The member for Kilifi North, the Honorable Owen Baya, is the deputy leader of the majority party. The member for South Mugirango, the Honorable Silvanos OSORO, is the majority party whip. The member for Marsabit County, the Honorable Naomi Jilo Wako, is the deputy majority whip. Leadership of the minority party. That with regard to the minority party, the member for Ugunja, the Honorable Pio Wandai, is the leader of the minority party. The member for Kadiani, the Honorable Robert Mbui, is the deputy leader of the minority party. The member for Suna East, the Honorable Junet Muhammad, is the minority party whip. And the nominated member, the Honorable Sabina Chege, is the deputy minority whip. The letters from the Secretary General of the Jubilee Party, I have already touched on those, and we need not bother about them. That with respect to the House Business Committee, the leader of the majority party, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, and the leader of the minority party, the Honorable Pio Wandai, are directed to submit not more than 4 members each to my office, latest by 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 11th October 2022. That with respect to the composition of the Committee on Selection, the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party are to submit 10 members and 9 members respectively to my office by the same date. That composition of the Committee on Appointments, that with respect to the composition of the Committee on Appointments, the leader of the majority party, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, MP, and the leader of the minority party, the Honorable Pio Wandai, MP, are to submit not more than 7 members each to my office latest 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 11th October 2022. That upon receipt of the names of the members of the House Business Committee, the clerk is hereby directed to cause the list to be published in the order paper on Tuesday, 11th October 2022. The clerk is also directed to ensure that the names of the members to serve in the Committee on Selection and the Committee on Appointments are presented to the House Business Committee when the committee sits on Tuesday, 11th October 2022. That while it will be construed in the interim that the minority party has designated its leadership, the leader of the minority party, the Honorable Pio Wandai, MP, is hereby required to regularize the designation of the whip and the deputy whip of the minority party according with the requirements of Standing Order 20A3. Remember, previously we were notified by the Honorable Junet. It's actually now the Honorable Wandai to notify the leadership and the Speaker on who your whips are. That with respect to any member belonging to any party other than a parliamentary party, as your Speaker, I will endeavor to ensure the power afforded to me by Standing Order 174-2B is upheld. I will not accept or approve any list of committee membership that does not take into account the interests of independent members and parties other than parliamentary parties, the ones we commonly refer to as small parties. That pursuant to Standing Order 259, the marked seats in the front row of the chamber to my right and to my left are reserved for the persons occupying the offices of leadership of the majority party and the leadership of the minority party, respectively. That in accordance with Article 108 of the Constitution, the Parliamentary Service Act 209 and Standing Order 19, the Clerk of the National Assembly is hereby directed to take the necessary measures to facilitate the leadership of the House that has been appointed to move into their respective offices and access all other entitlements relating to their offices as has been approved by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission and the Parliamentary Service Commission. In conclusion, honorable members, today's guidance has been informed by my solemn duty to facilitate the continuity of the business of this House. The House will be at a standstill without a clear guidance on the leadership of the House. It is so directed. We now go back to the debate on the presidential address. Yes, the Honorable Wandai.
Yes, the Speaker, I listened keenly to your ruling on this contentious issue. Whereas, of course, I don't agree with it, I would wish to acknowledge the fact that this House operates in a quasi-judicial manner. And therefore, in line with the rules of natural justice, tenets of democracy, and established jurisprudence, I would wish to give notice that we shall be moving, Mr. Speaker, shall be moving you to review your decision. And for that reason, Mr. Speaker, I'll be asking you to give me opportunity to make certain submissions or to make an application for you to review your decision, which is obviously in line with the established jurisprudential practice. I will be again asking you to direct the clerk to facilitate my coalition with the certified copies of your ruling, if possible, by close of business today. Mr. Speaker, I say this with tremendous respect to your office and to the institution of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, it's important for us to